This is the question I get asked the most about memory keeping. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the scrappy wife behind scrappywife.com, and the question that I get asked the most whenever I am doing a memory keeping project is how do I print my photos? I think that is by far the biggest stumbling block to doing any sort of memory keeping. Yes, it takes time. Yes, it takes supplies, but really getting the photos off of your phone and onto paper, onto photo paper, printed, however you want to say it, and then into your memory keeping projects. I feel like that's the hardest part. If we just had a never ending supply of the photos just ready to go, sized perfectly, then we'd all probably be a little bit more on top of our memory keeping. I know I would. So today I want to walk you through the process of how I do my photo printing from my phone because I think that it will be helpful just to show you the step-by-step process, what it looks like. And then I'm going to do some quick memory keeping in my planner. I've been doing just a highlight of the month each month. And of course, my highlight of the month for the month of April was definitely Go Wild. So I'm going to do a very simple memory keeping with only stickers. I've pulled out Mojo Jojo's sticker book that she gave away at Go Wild. I think that will be really helpful. And then of course I pulled out Live Love Posh. I love this sticker book. I think this is a great one to have even if you didn't go to Go Wild. It's just a really, like, come on. It's just a really, really pretty sticker book. So that is what I'm going to use. I'm really excited. I will bring you guys along. Let's print some photos. All right, let's talk about supplies first. So I print all of my photos directly from my phone. I don't transfer them to my computer. I don't do any of that. I print them directly from my phone. And I use an app called Print to Size. I will walk you through how I do that app in just a moment. I have a printer that I've had for a long time. It's a little beaten up over the years. This is the Epson PictureMate 400. Mine is very dusty. My goodness. But I've had it for years and years and years and years. It works wonderfully. You just flip it up, you flip this part down and you turn it on and it works really well. It prints up to 5x7 size photo paper. I do buy the Epson photo paper so that I know that it's a really good quality, and this has ink cartridges as well. I get asked all the time, how long do the ink cartridges last? Depends on how many photos you print and what size photos you print and all of that business. I would say I probably replace them maybe twice a year, if that often. I don't print as many photos now as I used to when I did a little bit more memory keeping, but this has worked well for me for a really long time. I cannot recommend it more. I know that the Canon Selfie is a very popular printer as well. I don't have any experience with that printer, but I've heard lots and lots of good things. So what I need to do is decide what size I want my photos printed at. I want to be able to use some of these particular stickers. So in order to figure out what size my photos need to be, I need to know what size these boxes are. It appears that they are 1.5 by 1.5 approximately. This one is, let's see, this one's 1.75. You know what? I should probably write this down so that I don't forget. Let's just grab. So we have 1.5 by 1.5. And we have at least 2 of those. Let's see, these look a little bit bigger. What is this one? Yeah, that's going to be a 1.75. That one's going to be up. So we have 3 of those. 3 at that size. This is the larger size. I believe it is 1.75. We're going to just go with that. I think that's a little bit under. So maybe like 1.8. 1.8 by 1.8. We have 1, 2, 3 of those. And then we have these smaller ones that are about 1.375 by 1.375. We have 2 of those. Okay, so that is going to be 8 different pictures that I can print out for those, and then I might print out a couple of extras as well. Okay, that is ready to go. Let's take a look at what it looks like on my app when I am printing. All right, let's look at the print to size app. This is an app on my phone, directly on my phone. It prints or resizes to any size photo that you want. You just have to set the page size and then add in your photos. So it connects to your photo album. I'm scrolling back through all of my Go Wild photos. I'm going to pick a couple of them that I really, really like to start out with. There's just so many to choose from. It's really hard. I literally have hundreds of photos from Go Wild. It makes it really easy to just simply click some of the arrows, resize it down to a square shape, and then size it down to the different sizes that I had from the Polaroid photos in the Live Love Posh sticker book. So I love this app. It's very simple. I don't do any editing to my photos as far as changing the color, brightening, things like that. That's just not really something I mess around with a lot in memory keeping. Like I said, I feel like adding all of those pressures on yourself to edit all the photos, to get them professionally printed, that just adds a few stumbling blocks. And for me, that would make it really hard to get all of my memory keeping done. This works really well when you do want your photos a specific size. With my new memory keeping insert that I have available, it labels all the sizes of the boxes and openings. So when you're cropping and sizing your photo, it makes it very, very easy. This will connect by Bluetooth to your printer. So this connects to my Epson PictureMate 400 printer. I could connect it to my other printer as well. I prefer having the smaller photo printer as opposed to putting photo paper into my big printer. Why do I prefer that? I don't know. I have just always found it easier to print directly onto the 4x6 photos. It makes it just a little bit easier for me to work with. I love that this app, I don't have to stick to a standard size. See how I'm just kind of resizing the photos, figuring out how to get them into different places, getting as many as I can onto this particular piece of paper. It is just all very intuitive, very simple, and I've used this app for years, and I've used this printer for years, and I think once you find a method that works for you, then that is definitely the way to go. So once I get these all on the page, then I just have to click over to print, send it to my printer, and we will be ready to keep memory keeping. All right, so I have my pictures ready to go. As you can see, I don't do anything crazy or extra. I don't alter them too much. I just try to keep it as simple as possible. That print to size app works fabulously. So that's what I'm going to do. Okay, I got my pictures, I got my stickers, and now I'm ready to do some memory keeping. So I'll bring you guys along and I'll put you on fast forward, and I'll show you how easy it is to document a highlight for each month. All right, let's do it. I did end up deciding to pull in a little bit of scrapbook paper with this memory keeping layout. I'm enjoying the double page layout, works really well for documenting a few photos each month. I needed a little bit of scrapbook paper. What can I say? It just didn't feel like memory keeping without the scrapbook paper. So I'm going to pick a couple of sheets. I end up only going with the clouds. I think it is a nice background and kind of frames in what I want my page to look like. This is going to end up being just a really big collage of fun photos, almost like it reminded me of emptying out all of my swag onto my desk and how it was just kind of overflowing with memories. That's what this layout is going to feel like. So I'm going to put this at the top. And then at the bottom as well, I'm being very generous with the adhesive anytime you're doing memory keeping and it's not going in a page protector. This is not going in a page protector. It's going to go straight into my catch-all planner. You're going to want to be pretty generous with all of the adhesive. That way everything stays nice and secure. All right, just a little trim here to get the extra paper off. I purposely went over the edge so that I would be able to trim. I'll do the same thing up here, and then I'll be able to start playing with putting some elements onto the page. One of the easiest ways to decorate your memory keeping pages is to use stickers. And especially when you have stickers like this book that are just meant for memory keeping, that is fantastic. I know we all love scrapbook supplies. I most definitely love all the scrapbook supplies and I use those plenty of the time, but sometimes it's nice to just do a quick page with stickers and photos and call it a day. This one is going to be a ton of fun. So let's put the Dallas skyline there in the bottom. Let's go girls right up top. And then I'm going to go ahead and place where I want my different Polaroid photos to go. Let's put a few here. I'm trying to keep in mind I want to do a little journaling. I haven't done a ton of journaling on these highlight pages. We'll see if I end up regretting that. Really, I just want it to be a few photos that are the highlight of the month. Specifically, I'm trying to focus around 1 or 2 events each month. I'm not wanting to do a recap of the month, really just picking out one event that I want to focus on for each month. All right, feeling pretty good. Let's get the last few in place. Once I decide where all of these are going to be, I'm pressing them down really gently because I know I'm going to layer some photos underneath it. So I'm not pressing them all the way down. Now let me just cut out all of my photos. Some tips that I've learned for printing your photos at home: buy the good quality photo paper. It really does make a difference. It makes a difference with your regular printables as well. Buying a good quality paper can really affect how crisp, what the color looks like, how saturated everything is. So don't skimp on the cheapo paper. I promise you will see a difference. I go ahead and get the Epson paper. A lot of times I just get it in a pack with the next cartridge that I need for my printer. It kind of comes in a bundle when I look on Amazon. So that works out really well for me. Once I get all my photos cut out, I'm going to start adhering them down to the page. Again, being very generous with all of the adhesive to make sure that everything is going to stick. Not all of my sizing worked well. I'm going to blame my ability to read a ruler. That happens, but I could have just reprinted. I definitely could have, but I figured, you know what? Perfectly imperfect seems like the way to go, especially for this particular spread. Now, I did end up being 1 photo short. Again, I don't know if I was counting wrong. Who knows? But that's okay. This sticker will be perfect. This ain't my first rodeo because this was my 3rd Go Wild, and it was probably my favorite Go Wild. It was just a blast. If you haven't seen, I do have some videos about Go Wild on my channel. I have a haul video with all of the swag that I got, and I have 2 different vlogs that kind of bring you all along with me, starting at the shop summit and going all the way through Planjama on Sunday, so you can see what happens at Go Wild and get some impressions. It is, like I said, it's a lot of fun and one of my favorite events all year long. Now that most of the major elements are in place, I'm just having fun decorating. I do kind of wish I had gone ahead and put my journaling boxes down. You're going to see I have to go back and add journaling boxes in a little bit. It causes some issues. I don't have quite the room that I thought I would because I get a little bit sticker happy, but how can I help it? You only get to use Go Wild stickers a few times a year. You know what I mean? So I was just having a great time. I love this picture of all my patrons. We had a meetup at Go Wild. This is not all my patrons, but these are all the ones that were at Go Wild and that were able to attend the meetup. It's so amazing meeting people in real life that you have known online. It's just, I can't even describe it. We had a fabulous time hanging out and having a drink and an appetizer together, and I already cannot wait to do something fun with them at next Go Wild. I hope they announce the next Go Wild. Usually they announce it sometime in late August, early September. I'm hoping for the East Coast. That's what I'm rooting for because I would love to be able to drive to Go Wild, but we'll see. We'll see what they end up. Wherever it ends up, I'm sure it's going to be a great time. All right, the next book that I'm going to pick up is actually the giveaway that Mojo Jojo had at Go Wild. Both her and Amber Plans for Day gifted us all sticker books, which was amazing. And this one was full of functional boxes that are in like Go Wild colors. So I definitely wanted to include some of those as my journaling boxes. I'm going to go with 2. I went back and forth on what I was going to do. I should have put the box down early, but that's okay. I just have to pull up stickers, move things around. We're going to add this sticker in. I will add my own journaling lines to these particular boxes, and then I'll add a couple more small boxes and some words here and there. Really, it was about just fitting in as much as I could on these 2 pages. I kind of like the challenge of that too. Encompassing a whole trip on just 2 pages, not easy to do, but a fun activity to do. And I'm so glad I took the time to get it done because now it's going to be in my catch-all planner. It'll be a keepsake, and I'm pretty excited about it. Once I get those boxes into place, I'm going to pull out a few labels. Again, most of these are from the sticker book that JoJo gifted us all at Go Wild. I mean, that's a huge swag drop. Thank you so much to JoJo from Mojo JoJo Plans. Thank you so much to all of the businesses that contributed and sponsored Go Wild. You all are absolutely amazing. And you're one of the reasons we love this planner community because we love all of our small business owners, especially. Last but not least, I'm going to add some lines to those boxes, do my journaling, and then call it a day. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you found this video helpful, a little insight into how I print my photos. I am a big fan of having a photo printer at home. I realize that it is a little bit of an investment, but man, does it make your memory keeping so much easier. I will go ahead and link all of the supplies I used and my photo printer and the app. All of that will be linked in the description box of this video, so be sure to check those out. If you like this video, please, please, please give it a thumbs up, and then please consider subscribing to my channel. It would mean the world to me if you took the time to do that. I want to give a huge shout out to all of my Patreon members. Patreon is a fabulous place full of fun, creative people, and we would love to have you over there. Come and check out some of the extra perks, all of the goodies that you can get over on Patreon. You can find out more by looking at the link below. All right, I hope that you have a fabulous day. And as always, keep it creative.